I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to episode 18 of Aussie Cluff, our bid to return Nottingham Forest to the top of European football. And you can see since our last episode where we got two narrow wins against Millwall and QPR, things have done okay. Just one blip in there we'll get to in a minute, but you can see 3 wins out of 4, starting with Birmingham City away. Now, given our Villa connections, this was a very satisfying win, 3-1. But to be honest, we were second best for most of this game. We did take our chances clinically, which is what got us the great win. You can see Steve Griffiths, Liam Mason, and of course El Azaj with the 3 goals. Yeah, like I say, it was a decent performance in terms of we took our chances, but we were very much the second team in terms of shots on goal and possession. And then we went and played Burnley at home. Burnley made it tough for us, but we did deserve the win, and it was good to see Callum Mosley. There was an own goal, of course, but Callum Mosley back on the score sheet. We brought him off the bench about 15 minutes at the end, chipped in with a goal, and so far so good. He has stayed fit, and he has played some more time as well, which is excellent. Then Norwich happened. Now, how do I explain Norwich? You can see that they went ahead in the 8th minute, and then Tilly and Mosley again put us up 2-1. And then look at this, 23rd minute. It was an absolute howler from Aussie Villain, just caught in possession on the ball. And then you can see they scored again 2 minutes later. We just never recovered. We completely collapsed from that error. It was a little bit better in the second half in that it was 0-0. But you can see, look at Token Aussie's match rating and our defence in general. We just never recovered from that, which was really, really disappointing, to say the least. Then we did bounce back, and of course, you see here we're in this run up. We're playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 games in 3 days, which is absolutely ridiculous. But we went to Norwich. We went to Rotherham. We pretty much changed the entire team except for Token Aussie in goal. You can see 2 goals from Liam Mars got us a 2-0 win. This was a good, solid win. We actually dominated this game. The difference, I think, between being able to, when we first took over Forest, if you remember, when we played our second string team in the Checkatrade Trophy, and I think against Bradford City, if my memory serves me correctly, in the Carabao Cup, and our second string team was absolutely rubbish by League One standards. And look at this, we're playing a game in the Championship, and we're winning quite comfortably with a second string team. So that was really, really promising. Now, if we just have a quick look at the table, and you can see we're still there, still sitting in second despite that loss. 2 points ahead of Crystal Palace, but it is still like 5 points. If we drop 5 points, then we're completely out of the playoffs, never mind promotion. So it's still so tight. This episode is going to be, of course, the big one for Nottingham Forest fans. It's Derby at home, and then you can see FA Cup third round, we got Chelsea. It is at home. We did beat them last year in our courageous run to the final, though you do fear we may be tripping at the first hurdle this time. Can we repeat, though, is the big question, obviously, against Chelsea. Now, transfer window hasn't opened yet, but you can see we've made 2 additions on free transfers that are already at the club. I'm really excited about both these guys. Lawrence Bennett, you can see, look at the pace here. Now, this is, if you remember, I've been a little bit concerned about striking options. So these are basically both to address that. Look at the pace and agility of Mr. Bennett here. Decent vision as well, flair. He can play, as you can see here, as an attacking playmaker. We're retraining him as a striker. You can see he's got good jumping reach and strength as well. So we're going to look to retrain him as a complete forward, so he can play a little bit of everywhere. In theory, he can run in behind, he can hold the ball up. So I think he's going to be a good player for us in the future. You can see he got him an absolute pittance too, just over $2,500 a week. And then we got Curtis Jones as well. Both these guys were rated high 70s by our scouts, low 80s, I think, in the case of Curtis Jones here. And just another one, look at the pace and the acceleration. The agility is not quite there, but the dribbling and the finishing is a little bit better. Passing as well. Again, we're going to retrain him as a striker. This guy's more as a poacher or advanced forward. But again, he's going to be able to drop in and play in the hole as well, in behind if we need him. So 2, I think, really, really good additions. You can already see the value of this guy, $6.25 million. They're highly rated, and they're going to be, they're Premier League quality players. So if we do go up this year, it's really, really good depth that we're getting to the squad there. Now, of course, for all the goals in between episodes, don't forget to check out Goals of the Month at the end of this episode after the Chelsea game. There were a few nice ones, actually, so it's definitely worth sticking around for. But for Derby, this is the team we're sending out. Now, bear in mind, this is our 3rd game in 3 days. So, yeah, it's when you see the match fitness, it's not the best. But this is what we have. Token Aussie in goal. It's Davidson, it's Suter, it's Malacase across the back. De Silva, Lopez, and then Njoku down the wings. Griffiths and Joyce in midfield. It's Tilly in behind El Azaj and Mars. Now, El Azaj is going through a bit of a time of not scoring goals, so hopefully he'll recover here. All right, so we can see the way they're lining up. More or less the same as us, just a little bit more conservative in midfield. Now, this is obviously a big one for the fans, so we might have to give it, maybe not a passionate, maybe a calm, let's give the fans a performance they're expecting here. And let's course, I'll say we have faith. And that team talk seems to have gone relatively well. So let's go out there and beat down these Rams. And of course, this is the first derby at the new Brian Clough Arena as well, so it would be extra important, wouldn't it, for the fans to make sure that the first time the Dirty Rams set foot inside the stadium, that they are sent packing with no point. But we can see here, look at the condition. It's absolutely ludicrous to be playing 3 games in 3 days. As I said, I did completely change the team for the second game. So essentially these guys played against Norwich when they absolutely collapsed. The only difference, I'm not playing Callum Mosley. I don't want to play him twice in 3 days because I'm absolutely terrified he's going to injure himself. Hazard almost back on form with a wonder strike there. He hasn't scored in a little while, and his match ratings, El Hazard I'm talking about here, they haven't been great. So I am a little bit concerned, but he's been so good for us for so long that you just feel like it's a matter of time. Let's see what Tilly can do here. Back out to Griffiths. He whips the ball in. Can we get some out? Just past the post. Suter, I think it was. We do have such great height for crosses that are coming in from set pieces. Let's give he's taken a knock. He's indicating he needs to come off. 60, yeah, he's a little tied there, isn't he? We do have Cox on the bench, so we can look at making a change there. With Chelsea in mind, I'm tempted to do that, actually. Let's see what comes of this first. Joyce, bruised shin for Suter, so it's not the worst, but it's probably going to hinder his ability, isn't it, to move around. So all right, there's a nice ball there for Njoku. Can he get across in? He can. It's Louis Mars! Oh, plucked from the air. Louis Mars is actually proving himself decent, getting on the end of crosses. He, of course, did play yesterday. Let's take off Suter here. I don't want to get caught out having a hobbling central defender. And Cox has continued to sort of bet in a little bit better as well. So he is not the liability that he was proving to be when we first brought him into the club, which is obviously a good thing. All right, let's give this maybe a push forward here. We're dominating the game more or less. So we can be a little bit kind of, as I say that. Here comes the Derby goal, no doubts. All right, let's push out, put some pressure on the ball here, boys. Oh, too much space, too much space. The cross comes in, oh no. Oh, that's not good. Well, what I haven't done is had our strikers marking the wing backs. I was trying to go man for man out there. What we could look at doing, now is that Njoku got sucked in, and that's what's allowed. It's De Silva Lopez. That's still the winger out there, isn't it? So that's possibly my fault that he has had so much space. We haven't deserved to be behind in this game, and the one thing that is a little bit annoying for me is that having had 3 games in 3 days, I can't get any sort of analyst report or scouting report, so I don't actually know how Derby is or it has been playing. So we're going to have to give this just an assertive "Where's the passion?" We do have some tired players out there, though. It's really going to have to be a dig deep to try and get out of this. Let's try and give him a passionate if he's nervous. That didn't really work. Tilly, we'll give him a passionate. You can do more. Let's have a look at tactics here. We might look to exploit the flanks because I think our wide players are essentially better than their wide players. We'll play at a higher tempo, and we might try and be more fluid as well. I'm cautious about being too upbeat and high tempo just because it is our third game in 3 days. So tied legs can only press so much. But if we try and move the ball a bit quicker, that could work, especially if we're exploiting the flanks as well. Just need to move them around, I think, because we do have some good people up front. Let's give them some encouragement here because the body language isn't looking great. De Silva Lopez looks absolutely knackered. We have Baxter on the bench. All right, this isn't working clearly, so we're going to have to do something. De Silva Lopez isn't playing badly, which makes me not necessarily want to take him off. Tilly it's a game too far for him, so it gives us an opportunity to look at Bennett, which I don't think is a bad thing. Now he is not a dribbler, so we'll tell him to dribble less. He's more about pace. As I said, I did sign him to be. Let's go play your natural game. I did sign him to basically be a striker, but he's more than capable of playing in that role. So we'll do that, especially since Tilly isn't having his best game, and then we'll just see what we can do. There's a mistake. Can we launch onto that? We can. Elazar! Oh, he's missed. That is the sort of thing Elazar has been doing. Let's give this a concentrate. We're looking nervous and frustrated, and I'm not sure why. Da Silva Lopez at 44% conditioning is probably not effective anymore, but I'm really cautious of making a sub and then getting an injury just because. There we go. Elazar, finish that. Son, come on. Oh, this is so frustrating. Just because everybody's so tired, I really don't want to make that third sub and then end up playing with 10 men if we can help it. But look at this. We're dominating this game. How are we not in front? Never mind behind. We might give this a push forward when we can. Or is it a demand more sort of scenario? All right, here comes the corner in. It's not really there for anybody. It's going to be Bennett, I think, out there. Yes. Can he pick a pass? Because he got a shot on him. I don't remember him having a long shot, but I'm still getting to know them, obviously, but two signings at once, getting to know them as players. Malacase, can he find a ball down the side here? There it is for Bennett. Go on, Bennett. Oh, it's a penalty. It's either a penalty or his knee has disappeared on him. So who's going to... Is it Elazar? Is he our penalty take-up? It looks number 10. I think that's Elazar. It looks like him. It is Elazar. Come on, this is a good way to break your goal-scoring drought. Yoo-hoo! Bennett has come in, won the penalty for us, and Elazar, she's tucked that away nicely. So that's 1-1. I think, given it's the third game in 3 days, I just about take a draw here, I think. But Derby is right down the bottom of the league, and Derby is the Derby, isn't it? So we can't be seen settling for that. The fans would never forgive us. All right, this is some good play. Switching out to the other side. Can Da Silva Lopez get a ball in? He can. Oh, just not quite there for Elazar. Cox wins the header. Joyce. We're putting the condition of these players is absolutely ridiculous. Just red quarter circles all round. All right, Njoku, can he find a cross? It's a decent cross, but it's Elori. Is that Elori, the Portuguese guy? Was at Villa for a bit? Njoku gets the ball in. Elazar! Oh! Absolutely turned it on its head in a matter of, I think I said 4 minutes there. I think it was about the 73rd or so minute we got the penalty. And Njoku's done really well to win that ball back. Knocks it in, and Elazar, he's got his goal from the penalty, and he is back on form. That's a really good header from a tight angle, isn't it? So now what we want to try and do, given the state of these players, look at those conditionings, is we want to just look to control the game from here. We'll want to just take the tempo out of it. We'll want to try and just keep possession. We'll go a little bit more mixed passing, stay on our feet, be more disciplined, stick to positions. We might even just be more structured as well. I think that's good. We'll continue to play wide. If we can keep the ball, play wide, and run them around, then it's only going to tire out their legs more. We do have, one sub to make. I'm absolutely petrified of ending up down to 10 men here with an injury. So hopefully by lowering the tempo, we can save legs. Just pass it around. That's the theory, whether or not we do that in practice. Look at the man out here. Come on, Bennett. Oh, so much space for our wingers. Gone out the other side to Njoku. That's okay. Can he find another cross? He's got a good ball in. The keeper's there. He plucks it from the air. I do like this width that we have right now, though. It's really spreading the field, isn't it? We, of course, used to play with a lot of width at Villa. No, this isn't looking good. This is looking very bad. Oh, no. Of course, that's the downside to playing with width, is that when you don't have the ball, your centre-backs are a long, long way apart. We could probably put that down to a tied pass. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the best, was it? And there we go on the counter-attack. Malakase just couldn't get back in time. And it's 2-2. So I think what we might do is we'll pick up this tempo again, get rid of all this stuff that we put on here, just completely undo everything. We'll continue to control the game. Oh, no, we'll attack. It's the derby. We can't be seen not attacking, can we? I can't believe 2 shots on target and they've scored 2 goals. How is this even close? Can we get that on target just across the face of goal again? Games like this are just absolutely infuriating. Look at those match stats. It's poor finishing, really, isn't it? 25 shots and we've only put 9 on target. Still 5 minutes to go here, though. What can we do? Can Elakase? No, we can't. Elakase. It's Malakase and Elazage, if you're wondering, combined. All right, let's not go and lose this, boys. Let's not go and lose this. It's, very aggressive in the tackle, but we've eventually got it. It's another long ball. What's going to happen? Oh, I thought that was going straight to that striker. Okay, I'll just wait while my heart rate recovers here. And, all right, Bennett, what have you got for us, son? Can you pick a pass? He's the fresh legs. I'm wondering at this point if it is worth bringing on fresh legs for somebody. Mars! Oh, decent leap, wasn't it? Njoku, can he finish? No, he can't. Oh, another ball over the top. Malakase is there. He's not there. Oh, no. Token Aussie again. Somebody. Davidson's there. All right. I think we are going to make a sub here, if for no other reason, just to get a bit of time off the clock and break up this. No, I don't like this. Can we get a foot in, please? A block. Joyce wins that. He does. Can we launch a counter-attack? Mars is there. Mars, first time for Elazage. It's not quite on that pass, was it? All right, let's make this sub. Who is the most knackered? Njoku is the most knackered, but he's playing better. So let's bring Baxter on. And tell him we know he has what it takes, even though, to be honest, I'm a little bit skeptical. And yeah, let's just try and dig in here. I think a draw's not bad for us, but when it is, because we really need 3 points from the team that's 20-something in the league at home. But circumstances, I think we would allow ourselves perhaps, because this is not what we want. They're just sort of keeping the ball for a bit of fun here. And Njoku get a foot in? No, he can't. What have we got here? This is dying seconds of the game, so if there is a goal here, it is going to be absolutely lethal. Njoku's there, clears that. Can we launch a late counter-attack for the winner? Let me know what you think, too, of those 2 new signings. I think they could be good for us. The scouts certainly rate them highly. I think there's good pace there. One of them's a really good finisher. One's not bad on the ball. There's Bennett, who's not bad on the ball. Now Baxter's got space. He gets the ball in. Louis Mars! Oh, so close to winning it late on, but as has been the story of this game, we cannot get a shot on target. So 2-2, that's disappointing, I think, isn't it? At home to the team that is, as I said, fighting relegation when we're at the other end fighting for promotion. But, you have these games through a season, don't you? Elazage, is there a chance? We're in the 30 seconds over stoppage time, so there it is. Well, they say it's an absolute classic. I'd say it was an absolute robbery. 2 shots on goal, and they've scored them both. So we'll have to say it's disappointing because we should have won that game, and we'll just have to move on. So there we go. We're still in second. More drop points for everybody around us. Sheffield Wednesday, just when we start to catch them, they appear to run away with the league again. Missed chance to win. Yes, we did. We did go in front too. So here come the injuries. A bruised ankle, 1 to 3 days. Suter, 1 to 2 days. So that's all fine. They should all be back for Chelsea in the FA Cup, so stick around for that. Okay, welcome back for Chelsea. Now you can see, obviously, they are the favourites, as you would expect. Look at this. I only played them once, and we did beat them. That was, of course, the FA Cup quarter-final last season. This is a team we're sending out. Now, basically we're going for fresh legs, essentially, is what we're going for. So it's a token Aussie in goal, Davidson, Suter, Malakase across the back. It's De Silva, Lopez, and Joku just over Toth. He's a little bit better defensively, so we're going to go with that against Premier League opposition. Griffiths and Bobby Mack comes back into midfield. It's only his second or third game of the year after injury, so hopefully a big performance from him. Zelaw with Elizage and Callum Mosley back in the starting lineup as well. They're the heroes. We have a good record against Antonio Conte, if not Chelsea, so let's see what we can do here. So we can see Antonio Conte, he's nothing if not consistent, this usual formation that we played it last year in the quarterfinal and we did get the better of him. So can history repeat itself? Team talk wise, I know we're the underdogs. Let's give the fans a performance. Let's say that passionately. And then the old calm, we have faith. And let's see what we can do. We have nothing to lose, do we really? Here we go. For the second time in a week, Bryant Clough Arena hosts a massive game. This time it's against Chelsea. We haven't been in the best of form, so hopefully we can put that derby game behind us, find the back of the net. That's what Callum Mosley's in there to do. Touch wood, this guy stays fit for the rest of the season because he could be the difference for us. If Elizage, he got a couple. So if he's back on form with Mosley, anything could happen here. Let's give them some encouragement. We went for Zelaw over Tilly, basically because we can only play 5 lone players, which means someone has to miss out. We've left Joyce out to play Bobby Mack, and Zelaw plays better as an advanced playmaker. So without Joyce as the advanced playmaker, we bring Zelaw in to play that role, and then of course we have the 2 up top. So that's the thinking. Whether it'll work, time will tell. But that's why Zelaw, not Tilly, if anybody was wondering. Tilly is fit though, but not on the bench, essentially because we have Bennett on there. No other reason. Here you go. Silva Lopez. He finds Callum Mosley. Callum Mosley! What a chance! What a chance to take the lead. Oh, that was good play though down the wing, wasn't it? It makes you wonder if we should be exploiting the flanks potentially. Let's give them some more encouragement here. We are attacking. We're doing everything like we did in our cup run to the final last season, so nothing's changing there. We can afford for those who are new to the channel. I have had quite a few subscribers lately, so thank you and welcome to everybody who's been doing that. Our strikers have a defensive role to mark the wingbacks or the fullbacks, depending how the opposition's playing. So basically, can we get this clear? We can partially. The attacking playmaker or the attacking midfielder basically becomes our outball. So that's why, if you're wondering why we have basically a 3-man attack against the Premier League team, that is the reason for that. We need, was that a post? We need that outball, so that's the purpose of that. This is okay. We're getting half-time. Give them a concentrate coming into half-time. Match ratings aren't shocking. Zelaw, Mosley, and Elizage not the highest, but you'd kind of expect that they're not going to get many chances and not going to be in the game that often. So that's okay, I think. I think we can be happy with that. You can see this is a televised game, as you may have noticed. There's only the one game that's on there. I'm going to say far from pleased. The match ratings aren't great. We'll fire them up. We'll send them back out and see what we can do. I'm cautious anything other than that, given that the match ratings aren't great, could lead to complacency. I guess there's a risk telling them that they're rubbish when they're playing a Premier League team and they're holding it to 0 at half-time could hurt confidence. But it's done now, so that's what's happened. Now, do we give it a demand more here? It's similar to when we played them last year, wasn't it? Where I think they missed a penalty and then we got a couple of late goals. This is our best chance of beating them. We're not realistically going to go to Stamford Bridge and beat Chelsea. So we need to go for it here. Let's give it some more encouragement. We had a little bit of fortune, didn't we? Playing with some width. So let's go with that. Let's go maybe a little bit more mixed passing. There we go wide. That's asking for trouble, isn't it? And just see if we can get down the flanks at them. We have Scando back from match fitness. Back from injury, lacking match fitness. Let's maybe bring him on because he's a good attacking outlet. Toth is also a good attacking outlet. Let's freshen up the wings and see if we can get at them. I'm not too concerned about the strikers' match ratings, simply because we haven't seen them in the game. So I think we can just about write that off with that. I'm wondering if we take Zelaw off for Bennett. Bennett won the penalty against Derby. Maybe he could be one of these sorts of players. He's nippy, isn't he? So maybe he could be one of these players that we can bring off the bench and he could make stuff happen for us. So let's give him another go. It hasn't been happening for Zelaw, so you never know what could happen here. That's our subs made, though, so it's all down to these guys. Let's give it a push forward. One last big chance. Can we get something? All right, it's Token Aussie with the highlight. Lofts it down for Elizage. Can he win the header? No. Can we get second ball? No, we can't. So is this coming back at us? Malacase is there, but it's, again, Chelsea picks it up. Oh, this is looking a little bit dodgy. Token Aussie. Did he save that? He must have saved. It looks like it's going to be a corner. Oh, it's been light on the highlights this game, which in a way is good for us, isn't it? Because that shows that we've matched them. Still a minute to go here. Ideally, I wouldn't want to replay because I feel like I'd like to just try and maybe focus on getting promotion. But we saw last year, nothing beats a cup run, does it? So if we stay in the cup, if we get to go to Stamford Bridge, if nothing else, it's a little bit more money. We are paying for a new stadium, which we didn't realise when we took over at Nottingham Forest. So any extra money could help us in the transfer market. Oh, not the most convincing save from Aussie Villain. Can Toth get that? He's quick. He can. It's not to much avail, though, is it? Because there was no one up there. We've won that with Scando. Scando down the line for Mosley. Not there for him. It looks as though Mosley's going to get through 90 minutes. It's the first time since he tore his hamstring twice, so that's good. Bobby Mack with the block. This is looking as though it's going to end up 0-0, and it's going to be a replay. Callum, can he find another pass? Mosley for Elizage. Not the best pass, that one. If he could have got it into his feet, maybe something could have come of it. But there it is. Now, you know what? 0-0 against Premier League opposition. Not the worst, is it? Second best, for sure. But not the worst result. I think would say unlucky. And we might do some individual team talks here, but we'll move on. So Chelsea made Giroud miss chances. That's not something, usually we're the ones who miss chances. But yeah, I think we can take that. Sousa spotted, the Portugal boss. It's probably not for us, is it, if we're being honest with ourselves? But that's it for this episode, and really, we have to come back for the replay, don't we? I don't see a way around that. Obviously, we want to see that. So thank you very much for watching. Unfortunately, no wins, but I think a disappointing draw and a satisfying draw. I think we could probably draw that conclusion. If you have enjoyed that, thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, because you don't want to miss Thursday's episode where we go to Stamford Bridge, and after that, we'll play Preston at home in the league. Preston, where are they sitting? 20th. So again, we had a bit of a banana skin with Derby, who were down there, but Preston at home. Not a derby. Hopefully, we'll be able to get the better of that result. But that's to find out on Thursday. As for now, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. And here are some of our best goals of December. We'll see you next time. Take care.